Hi everybody, Angel Arts here, and welcome to the final episode of Back to the Future, the game from Telltale Games. I am absolutely ecstatic to find out the conclusion of this story, especially now that I should be releasing this episode right around the time when Doc Brown and Marty arrived in 2015. So what a great way to, I guess, commemorate the 30th year anniversary. Well, yes, basically the 30th year anniversary of the movie, and it's been a great ride. And I am going to be very sad to see this end, but of course I'm also excited to complete it and see how Doc and Marty will end up faring after things just keep seeming to get worse and worse as the episodes progress. We've got a lot. I mean, Emmett's got a lot to do. He's got the expo tomorrow morning at like 8 in the morning, or maybe 8 p.m. I don't know for sure, but they're out of time. It's Emmett's lab. October 1931. There's the bacteria. Brainwaves and you. The mind of a degenerate criminal. Twice for some reason. Hooligan, inveterate liar, layabout. There's Marty.
Hello?
Marty! You're awake! Good!
Doc! Emmett, where are you?
I'm down at the expo. I snuck out early to avoid my pop. If he knew I was about to make a publicly scientific spectacle of myself, he'd hit the roof.
You know, you really should try to work things out with your dad. If you give him a chance, he might just surprise you.
I'll keep that under advisement. But first, I need you to perform an important mission. On the table next to my law books, there's a device plugged into the wall.
I think I see it.
Is it glowing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that good?
Good. It's fantastic. Glowing means my static accumulator is charged up and ready for action. Bring it down to the high school and we'll... Damn!
What?
It's Edna!
But...
Oh boy.
Okay, Emmett. One static accumulator coming up.
Wondering what the other Doc is up to. The older Doc. Oh, it's the algae cakes.
Yeah.
Oh! Did Doc just try to
Jeez,
run
Doc,
over Marty?
Watch out, you almost ran me over.
Sorry about that, Martin. This vehicle is sometimes difficult to control.
Yeah. Hey, are you okay? After that argument about Emmett last night...
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Did you fix the time circuits?
So, how are the time circuits?
Still broken. I've got a few ideas, but I'm occupied with other problems today. So is that what I'm destined to build for the expo?
Yeah, it's a static accumulator. Emmett spent all night building it. Turned out he didn't really need to see Frankenstein after all. He just needed a little push. And some lightning.
Fascinating. I also had an epiphany last night.
Doc?
Really?
I realized that it wasn't Edna that made my life miserable.
Doc!
It was
It was
technology.
science.
You can't give up science. You love science.
Correction. My younger self loves science. But if Emmett doesn't go through with a demonstration at the expo, his dreams of being a scientist will dim just enough for Edna to step back into his life and steer him down another path.
What path? Another path?
Another path? What other path?
I don't know. Architecture, automobile repair, taxidermy.
But the time machine.
Maybe I'll even pursue a life in law
Paradox.
like my father always wanted. As long as Emmett
Paradox.
steers clear of science, Edna and I will be free to be happy together.
Paradox. Marty, use the magic word, paradox.
You can't want Emmett back with Edna. She used you to turn Hill Valley into a police state.
She used my science to turn Hill Valley into a police state. But if I don't become a scientist, she'll never get the chance to vent her crazy ambitions.
Oh my gosh.
Doc, I'm begging you. You haven't thought this through.
Haven't I? I guess we'll both find out. One thing's for sure. Emmett Brown's life will be a whole lot less complicated without a time machine in it.
No.
But...
What the hell?
What just happened?
Where'd it
Doc.
go?
I don't know what to think, because I mean, Doc has a point, but Marty has a point too. They both have a point. Oh jeez, I don't know how this is gonna
Bedlam
give
at
us all
Brown
itself.
divorce hearing. Wife takes potshot at estranged hubby, famed industrialist Emmett Brown. I don't believe it. He's still fated to marry her.
Really? What's going on? And he's gonna divorce her? Well, that's not good either. Marry her just to divorce her.
Oh, come on.
Lamppost.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a lamppost. Grab the Whoozy Watson that has a mind of its
Here,
own.
little static thingy.
I think Emmett's trolling us. Goodness gracious. It's totally trolling us.
Gotcha.
Okay. Oh boy. I mean, I can't blame what's going through Doc Brown's head, but jeez, still. The Expo. Enlightenment under the sea. I love that. Enlightenment under the sea.
The
Hill Valley
future
Science
is
Technology.
coming today. There's a shiny new tomorrow on the way. A day of invention is at hand. It's a mystic, futuristic wonderland. Just around the bend, my friend, you'll see a dream or two. If you care to dream and dare to dream, your dreams can all come true. There's a world of wondrous wonder on display. Because the future is coming today.
Not bad, eh? Not bad at all, but I thought you fired her. I found a loophole. What
Really?
kind of loophole?
Just a loophole. You're not the only one who's allowed to have secrets, you know.
All right.
Well, Arthur.
Say,
Okay.
don't you have to get that whatchamacallit to Emmett Brown's booth?
Huh? Oh, yeah, right.
Because the future is coming. It's almost here now. The future is coming. It's getting clear now. The future is coming today.
Bravo, Trixie. Bravo. Find Emmett's booth to deliver the static accumulator.
Hey, Artie.
What do you think? Quite a setup, huh?
The Expo? Sure, but I was wondering. Come on, you can tell me. How did you manage to get Trixie her job back? I thought her being Canadian was a deal breaker.
If something's really important to you, you find a way. You ought to know that.
That's true.
You haven't seen Emmett Brown, have you?
Isn't he at his booth? It's the tall one over there.
Her electrokinetic levitator. Alright, thanks.
See you
Which means
around.
we're gonna go there last. Hey, Professor Fringle. Hostile guy.
How about an algae cake?
He was just guy last episode. Now he's hostile guy.
Wait a minute. You're the guy that makes the algae cakes? But I thought you couldn't stand them.
Hey! You're the guy that tried to pick up on my Eunice!
Hey!
For the love of...
He
No
is the same
algae
one.
cakes for you, Buster!
Oh, I didn't recognize him. I totally did not recognize him. Bathysphere?
Enlightenment awaits you under the sea.
It's some kind of deep-sea diving thingy.
I love this. Jacques
Excuse me,
Duteau.
Mr...
Duteau, Jacques Duteau, at your service.
Okay. Who are you?
Jacques Cousteau, famous diver. So you're some kind of celebrity?
I do not like to brag, but I have a small following, yes.
Could I get a ride in that bathysphere?
Certainement, if you've got a ticket.
I guess people are always bugging you for autographs, huh? Asking you to tell them stories about your adventures and stuff.
It gets a bit old, but I can always retreat to the depths. The fish are much less demanding.
Gotcha. Alright.
See you around.
Enlightenment under the sea, aquarium turnstile. I need a ticket.
Insert ticket to enter.
You are going to need a ticket.
Where am I gonna get a ticket? Where can I get a ticket? Where do I buy a ticket? Do I buy a ticket from Arthur? Wait. Artie. I want a ticket.
Hey, Artie.
Oh, I can't
See
buy a
you
ticket
around.
from you. Boo. Glasshouse turnstile.
Insert ticket to enter.
Oh, come on, Marty. You can just hop over it. There are hardly anyone watching. For a push button world. House of the Future turnstile.
Insert ticket to enter.
Chronometric clock.
Think that's supposed to be a clock.
And here he comes, right on cue. No doubt he'll try to talk you out of it, Detective, but you mustn't let your resolution waver.
Hello, Callahan.
It's Corleone.
What's she doing here?
Well, Miss Strickland here seems to think,
You should step aside and let the officer do his duty. Now.
He's closing up.
Wait a minute, that's
Wait a
Emmett's
minute.
levitator up there.
Oh, don't be so modest. I'd say you deserve at least half the credit. It was you who tricked poor Emmett into breaking up with me. It was
Trick?
you who
Oh, well.
manipulated him into dropping my project in favor of this clear hazard to public safety.
Oh my gosh.
The electrokinetic levitator was Emmett's idea. I just helped. What's your point?
Oh, I think you know exactly what my point is. Emmett's invention isn't going to work, is it? At least not the way poor Emmett thinks it is.
how do you know this?
I had a
Yeah.
very interesting chat with Carl Sagan last night. I found out
Really?
who Harry Callahan really is, and where he comes from.
Is there something
Really?
you want to tell me, Harry?
I'm from Canada.
Why don't you call him by his real name? Yakov Smirnoff,
Thanks a lot, Doc.
an anarchist, a foreign agitator bent on sowing chaos and destruction in the Hill Valley Expo.
What?
Annie, you don't believe any of this bullshit, do you?
Sorry, Yakov, but I really don't have a choice.
Very
What?
good. And now, arrest this subversive.
What? Oh.
Come here.
You don't. What? What?
Look, here's the thing. I happen to believe this dame's got a screw loose, but she's been getting some clout in town ever since that business with Kid Tannen.
But Emmett's gotta fly that electrokinetic levitator at this demo. His whole future depends on it.
And my future depends on making sure he doesn't. The chief reads her column religiously. Well, if I don't do what she says, she's gonna start a campaign to have certain tainted
Oh.
officers removed from the force.
Isn't there anything I can do?
Not unless you've got some dirt on Edna. Something that'll discredit her in the eyes of the law.
Oh.
Well?
Good.
I'll dig something up.
You do that. In the meantime, you and young Mr. Brown better... where is he anyway?
Wait, you haven't seen him?
Emmett? Has this foreign radical done something to my Emmett?
Foreign
Maybe you should
radical.
find him.
I've been trying to do
You're
that.
letting him go? This radical subversive? Just like that?
Okay, so I gotta find Emmett. And do something about Edna.
Oh man. Barricade.
I can't believe Danny let himself get bullied into shutting down Emmett's booth.
Ugh. Ugh. Buster. Hey, how about
Come on,
Mr.
Emmett,
Guteau?
where are you?
Mr. Guteau is not up there. Find Emmett so he can demonstrate his invention. Phone booth of the future.
Welcome
Oh.
to the phone booth of the future. Made with Atlas glass. Atlas, unbreakable and soundproof.
Unbreakable,
Our phone
eh?
is hands-free, so you can enjoy a sandwich or a cigarette while chatting with friends in perfect privacy. Would you like to place a call?
Yes, I'd like to talk to...
Unfortunately, this phone booth only accepts incoming calls.
Oh. This phone booth might be important later. KL4253. Hey, Trixie.
Hi, Trixie.
Congrats on getting your job
That's
back.
techni to you, kiddo.
Right. Congratulations on getting the old job back.
Thanks. Justice triumphs in the end, you know? Now what can I do you for?
Artie told me how you managed to get your old job back.
He did? But it was supposed to be a secret.
There's no secrets between us. He couldn't resist telling such a good
Marty,
story.
you're such a
Yeah?
liar.
Still, I'd like to hear it again, from your point of view.
You're such a
He
liar.
didn't tell
Marty.
you anything.
Trixie's much smarter.
Come on, Trixie. I'm dying to know how you got the job back.
You won't hear it from me. I don't talk out of turn.
Alright.
So, which exhibits do you recommend?
The most popular attractions are the Glass House, the Future Furnishings, and of course, Enlightenment Under the Sea. You know who that is under the diving helmet? That's Jacques Duteau himself. Of
Ah.
course, you need to get tickets if you want to see the main attractions.
How do I get
How much are
tickets?
tickets?
Aw, put your money away. Here, we're kind of like
Thanks.
family now, you know?
Thanks, Trixie.
Thanks.
Oh, I got a whole roll? I got the whole roll of tickets? Thanks, Trixie. You're awesome.
You seen Emmett around? I'm kind of worried that he's not at his booth.
Let me think. Yeah, he wandered down that way a little while ago. He was talking real intense with another guy.
Older guy? Looked a lot like Emmett in the face?
Yeah, uncle
Oh,
or
gosh.
something?
Or
no.
something. Look, Emmett's demonstration has hit a snag or two. Can you delay his act for a while? Let someone else go before him?
He's already
Sorry,
last.
I don't set the roster, and they won't let me change it. I
already
can drag my
last.
feet a little, but if your friend's not ready to go on pretty soon, we might have to skip his act. I mean, demonstration.
But you can't.
Hey, it's just a science demo. It ain't a matter of life and death.
Right.
Edna Strickland is trying to get Emmett's booth shut down.
That dame don't know how to mind her own business, does she?
Is there anything you can do to get Emmett's booth open again?
I wish there was, but I'm just a muse. All we can do is inspire people.
Inspire
Okay,
Muse.
you're a muse. Can you inspire me an idea?
I'll try. Well?
Maybe it doesn't take effect right away. What time is Emmett supposed to go on?
Let's see. 8 kilobeats past 50. We're on metric time here at the Hill Valley Expo.
Yeah, I know, so that doesn't help me. Alright.
Thanks.
Happy to help.
I want to check out the events anyway. Law enforcement. Are you ready for your picture radio? Ah, interesting.
Now, can you please...
A potted plant? What's this got to do with law enforcement?
A potted plant? What's this got to do with law enforcement?
It's a bug.
No, a plant. But it's got a wire
Oh, it's a
recorder
plant.
inside, see?
I get it,
We
a
could have got
plant.
one of these into Tannen's speakeasy. And if he's the kind of guy who talks to plants, we could have busted him a lot earlier.
Oh my gosh. Futuristic
Oh.
weapon?
The electro pacifier.
Amazing, isn't it? They say one day we'll be able to stun fleeing criminals by shocking them at a distance.
Does it work?
Nah, it's just a model.
Now they're arguing. Silently. They're arguing. They're mime arguing.
Danny, can I talk to Edna for a minute?
Be my guest. I'd like a couple minutes of quiet.
But you guys weren't making a sound.
What's this about?
Why's Parker so willing to do your bidding?
Well, the good detective knows that he owes his current rise through the ranks to my reporting on his behalf.
Oh.
He also knows that I could just as easily pen an expose about his previous nights of drunken debauchery and evidence tampering.
You're blackmailing him?
Reporters don't blackmail, Mr. Smirnoff. We look out for the public interest.
That doesn't mean you're not blackmailing him. And I know what dirt I have against Edna. She's the arsonist.
Did you see? Trixie Trotter got her old job back.
Oh, I know! I tried to have it out with Arthur McFly, but he refuses to explain himself. Apparently, he discovered some sort of loophole that allows that Canadian to retain her position. Well, the Ladies' Decency Society shall hear about this. Make no mistake.
Have you seen Mr. Sagan around here anywhere?
No, and I wouldn't tell you if I had. He's more than a little scared of your anarchistic tendencies.
Oh my gosh. Doc, what are you doing to me?
What'd you do with Emmett, Edna?
What are you talking about? You're the one who's trying to ruin his life.
Believe it or not, I'm the one trying to save it.
From what?
From you, mostly. You really don't know where Emmett is?
I haven't the foggiest. If he's smart, he's run far away from whatever dangerous shenanigans you talked him into perpetrating today.
Shenanigans? Why are you still involved in Emmett's life? I thought you broke up with him.
I did, but then your friend, Mr. Sagan, told me about your scheme to interfere with our romance. Not a very nice thing to do, Comrade Smirnoff.
No.
You don't really think Emmett's gonna want you back after you crushed his heart and tried to stop his demonstration at the expo, do you?
Not at first, no. But eventually he'll realize I've got his best interests at heart, and he'll come running back to me like one of those dogs he loves so much.
You hate dogs.
Yes, ironic, isn't it?
Yes.
Why'd you go and get Emmett's invention sealed up like that?
I had no choice. Once Mr. Sagan told me about your attempts to radicalize my poor Emmett, I knew I had to stop him from going through with your dangerous invention.
But it's his invention, and it's not dangerous. Okay, maybe it's a little dangerous, but only to him.
That's for the authorities to decide.
Any chance you could talk Parker into letting Emmett go ahead with his demonstration?
She's not going to,
None
Marty.
whatsoever.
What do you even ask?
And as long as I'm here, that contraption of yours is grounded.
I know your deep, dark secret.
Secret? What secret?
You're the arsonist. Rhymes with witch.
You're ruthless, manipulative, and power-hungry.
In the service of a higher cause, one sometimes has to stoop to low tactics. But I'm sure you already know that, Comrade Yakov.
I know you're deep. You know, what you were whispering about with Carl Sagan yesterday.
You overheard?
Sure I did. And you did a really lousy job at burying the body.
The body.
I didn't hear a thing. What I was talking about with Carl Sagan is between me and Carl Sagan.
I know.
Rhymes with witch. You've been working for Kid Tannen.
Pretending like you wanted to put Kid Tannen away when all the time you were working for him.
Oh, how preposterous.
I know.
She's shocked at after telling her 3 things that were totally not true. She's still shocked at him.
Those charities you were working for, they were all just a front, so you could wriggle your way into those orphanages and
steal their piggy banks.
Right.
All right.
Okay, this is pointless. I've got to find Emmett.
Stay away from him, you anarchist hooligan.
Yakov. Oh. All right. How about...
Act casual. He's coming back.
Parker. Act casual?
Hey, Danny, could I have a word with you?
Comrade Smirnoff, come to turn yourself in?
In private?
With pleasure.
Who listens to Edna?
You haven't seen Carl Sagan around here, have you?
Nah.
Isn't he still a wanted man?
Nah. All those arson charges got dropped weeks ago. Judge Brown said there wasn't enough evidence for a trial.
Since when does anyone in Hill Valley listen to what Edna has to say?
Ever since she helped take down Kid Tannen, she's had the mayor and the city council eating out of her hand.
Oh,
I'd
great.
be an idiot to ignore her, especially with my, alcohol-heavy background. Boy,
Right.
I wish I could catch her jaywalking or something. I'd throw the book at her. Yeah, but you never catch a dame like that breaking the law, darn it.
Well, actually...
What's a newly promoted detective like you doing hanging out at a science expo anyway?
Are you kidding me? This is a great assignment. I get to sit around all day playing with nifty new crime-fighting gadgets, like this.
What does that do?
Hell if I know.
Any idea where Emmett is?
Well, he was working over by his booth, but by the time Edna got done haranguing me, he was gone. I hope he comes back soon so we can get this mess cleared up.
Yeah, this is a mess.
You've got to let Emmett demonstrate his invention. His whole future depends on it.
Well, I'd love to, kid, but Miss Strickland thinks it's dangerous. Unless you've got something on her, her word is pretty much law.
That's what I was afraid of.
You know how you said you'd defy Edna if I could dig up some dirt on her?
Yeah? You got some?
She's the arsonist, Marty. You know that. You knew that from episode 1. Come on.
I saw her whispering about something with Carl Sagan outside the expo yesterday.
Do you know what they were whispering about?
No, but she looked really guilty.
I need something more solid than that, I'm afraid.
You know how...
Yeah?
She sent this goon to beat up my dad and steal his videotape.
That was
That's
that was in
awful.
the future, though.
What's a videotape?
Never mind.
Never mind.
You know, she kidnapped a friend of mine and she tried to erase his brain.
That's terrible. But when did this happen?
In the future.
Stick to the facts, kid. I have enough people come to me with cock and bull stories.
Oh, this is hilarious. The future.
Thanks. I'll be
Minority
back.
Report
I
all
hope
over
so.
this.
You've got to get this albatross off my neck.
Well, did you put the screws to him? Did he confess?
No.
Well,
No.
speak of the... Now, where were we?